This movie felt way too long. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is directed by Ryan Coogler once again and stars Letitia Wright, Lupita Nyong'o, and more returning characters as well as some new characters. In this movie, the people of Wakanda fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with the help of War Dog Nakia and Everett Ross and forge a new path for the Kingdom of Wakanda. After the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, it was unbelievable that Marvel Studios was still planning to continue the Black Panther story. Considering Ryan Coogler had to start from scratch without Chadwick, it seemed almost impossible to continue the story. To my surprise, they pulled it off perfectly. This isn't my favorite project of Phase 4, however I would definitely call it the strongest project. What this film does to the characters that were on the side in the predecessor is bring most of them to center stage and proving that they are also capable of leading their own story. What makes this project stand out from the rest of Phase 4 is how character focused the film is and how standalone it feels despite having a large scale story. Ryan Coogler and the development team managed to adapt to change in a way that feels natural and doesn't disrespect T'Challa's character. The returning characters have a major upgrade, specifically Shuri and Ramona, who deliver excellent performances. They are so unbelievably good in this movie that it deserves to be made a big deal. Riri Williams surprised me as a character because I was always engaged with her character, and she never really did anything stupid or annoying for her character's age. Namor was an appropriate choice for the antagonist. Although I prefer Killmonger as a villain, Namor has lots of moments to shine in action and performance. Speaking of the action, it was definitely an improvement from the first movie. The first film's action scenes felt unfinished when it came to its visual effects. In this film, it seems there was a lot more time dedicated to making these action sequences look as visually appealing as possible. Even choreography-wise, the action is fast-paced and very engaging. These sequences are accompanied by Ludwig Göransson's very excellent score, which once again explores African culture. A lot of the culture represented in this movie is done through beautiful costumes and visuals. There's a lot of really good looking shots and very effective use of slow motion. So there's clearly lots to love about the movie. I wouldn't say it's worse than the first, I would say they're on par, but there is some contrast in their elements. For example, the film is much longer and it makes sense because of how much it builds on these characters. However, you can definitely feel the length. With Endgame, the continuously moving story is so steady that the 3-hour runtime doesn't even feel that long. I appreciate the more slow pacing in this film, but I'm sure there's some aspects that could have been quicker or moved for the runtime to not feel so long. There are also some characters that don't provide the story much purpose. Some just don't have enough to do and provide nothing to the plot. They do provide some form of action, however they don't influence the overall story so much that their characters can feel a little unnecessary. The story structure can also feel uneven with its constant moving locations proceeding to long one location scenes, then back to constant moving, and then staying on one sequence for a lengthy time. There's just had to be some sort of balance with the structure without it feeling a little overstuffed. Overall, the film somehow met my expectations and exceeded them. Excluding the long run time, I definitely could find myself in a position to rewatch the film soon. I am incredibly proud with what the filmmakers have achieved to continue the story and honor Chadwick's legacy. I thought what could have been the film's biggest surprise was revealed in the marketing, but it turns out it wasn't. However, I still think Marvel should really be careful with how much they show in these trailers. For example, the villains in No Way Home and Professor X in Doctor Strange, etc., etc. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.